a Christian evangelist who has a net worth of 500 million and owns a jumbo jet, was talking about faith and God to his congregation. One of the members of the congregation challenged him, "Hey, you can talk about faith and God because you have 500 million in the jumbo jet. What about me? I don't have even a one-bedroom apartment. I have hard time getting a job. How am I going to get faith? I don't have any faith." And and how? You answered my question. How can I have faith when I'm just completely at the rock bottom? Nothing works, no relationship. Because who is going to be with a man with no money and no job? And how can he have faith in God? The evangelist gave a beautiful answer. He said, "You should not connect faith and money. You should be able to have faith in God regardless, just not for a jumbo jet or a 500 million. I never wanted all these things. These are byproducts God gave me because of whatever reason. He wanted me so that I could spread His words. So if you are going to say that I am going to have faith in God only if He is going to give me a jumbo jet, that's not going to work. So let me tell you one thing He said. Even if God takes away everything from me and gives me a pancreatic cancer and then gives me a life for less than a year, I still will cling on to God. Because I don't connect faith with God. If you do that, then you are not going to get any results at all. You should never say that I will have faith in God only if He gives me a job, only if He gives me money, only if He makes me a millionaire. That's wrong. Faith is something that is unconditional. And also remember that you cannot have faith on your own. You cannot maneuver faith. Faith has to be given by God. And how does He give faith to you? If you just completely surrender and make Him in the number one priority. If you make yourself as number one priority, your relationship, your relatives, and your job as number one priority, that's not going to work. I made, the evangelist said, God the number one priority. And He still is, and He still will be. Because faith will create miracles. Do you think that it is easy to make this kind of money and fly around the world in jumbo jet? That's not me. In fact, that's not. It's a gift that He gave me so that I can spread His words. So faith, that's why Jesus said, if you have faith like a mustard seed, you can move mountains. But you don't have even faith, but you say that I will believe in God only if you make me a millionaire. That is a wrong approach. Probably the rest of your life you are going to be in agony. Because faith is blind. You have to have blind faith. Not only that, faith can also create miracles. So I'm a great proponent of this Nadi Astrology. I'm going to show you this. No, I don't know if this little camera can pick you up and pick anything from these leaves. So these leaves have scribbles. And then you have to read with utter devotion. And only 200 people or 250 people in India can read this. And they have been given the faith to read it. And then once they get get the leaves and then begin to read it, you will have information about the other person, his name, his father's name, his mother's name, what he's doing, why he's suffering, and what he should do. I'll tell you what. The people who, the 250 people or so who read, most of them do not believe in the leaves themselves. They do it because it's a way of making money. If they believe it and go by it 100%, that's a different thing. Then why are they able to read it? Because it is because of their previous faith they had in God and that is continuing. So faith can give you everything. And if you can read from this where there are no writings. So faith should be unconditional. When you are unconditionally surrendering to God, then it is up to Him. Even then, you are not saying that I will unconditionally surrender, but then will He give money? That is not unconditional surrender. So, being closer to God is more important than any material achievement. And that also is something that God has to give to you. And once you are in bliss, then you don't need any external things to make you happy. You can sleep on the road and still be blissful, like so many siddhas in India lying on the platforms of the road, and they are very, very happy. So you have to understand that just have faith unconditionally, without any expectation. Don't think that he is ever going to give you $500 million in a jumbo jet. That's a wrong approach. It is for him to do it. And all that you need to do is just to surrender. If you do that, then you won't have unhappiness. The rest, leave it to God. God bless.